kill all these folk, Dutch. Just you.
If you're watching this, chances are you've played some great games. But the ones on this list aren't just good, they're the absolute best. These are the games that define what it truly means to be a gamer. If you haven't played them yet, you're missing out on the peak of gaming experiences. I've compiled a list of 20 games that have not only entertained us, but also set new standards for the gaming industry. These titles have redefined expectations, pushed boundaries, and left even the toughest critics speechless. And let me tell you, this list has something for everyone. Whether you love intense fighting games, prefer exploring vast open worlds filled with secrets, these games deliver everything you could want and more. What do you get when you combine From Software's mastery of challenging gameplay with a fantasy open world shaped by the wild imagination of George R.R. Martin? You get Elden Ring, a game that somehow manages to kick your butt and make you thank it for the privilege. Released in 2022 for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, this masterpiece lets you explore the breathtaking yet terrifying lands between, where danger lurks around every corner in the form of traps, cryptic hints, and formidable enemies. At first, the story may seem complex, but as you progress, you'll unravel an elaborate mythology of shattered deities and warring factions while pursuing your main mission, to restore or defy the Elden Ring. The boss fights are where the game truly shines. You'll need a perfect mix of tactics, precision, and let's be honest, more than a little patience to survive each phase. The sheer scale of the game world amazed me, with hidden dungeons, mysterious NPCs, and countless surprises making every moment an adventure. I still remember my first encounter with the towering tree sentinel. He destroyed me, of course, but that was the moment I realized exactly what I was in for. You won't fully understand the magic of Elden Ring until you experience it for yourself, so don't miss out on this modern classic. Ghost of Tsushima is like playing a samurai movie. Released in 2020 by Sucker Punch Productions, this game transports you to feudal Japan during the Mongol invasion of Tsushima Island. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai who must choose between following the honorable code of the samurai or becoming the ghost, a stealthy warrior who will do whatever it takes to protect his people. The game is stunning. The world is filled with breathtaking landscapes, from golden fields to snowy mountains. The attention to detail is remarkable, with the wind guiding you to objectives and leaves swirling around you as you ride your horse. The combat is smooth and satisfying, whether you're facing enemies in a sword fight or sneaking through the shadows. One of the coolest features is the standoff mechanic, where you can challenge enemies to a duel. Time slows down, and with one perfect strike, you can take them down in a single move. It feels like something straight out of a classic samurai film. The game also includes side activities like writing haikus, soaking in hot springs, and following foxes to hidden shrines. Ghost of Tsushima is a story about sacrifice, honor, and what it means to be a hero. If you love action, adventure, or just beautiful games, this one is a must-play. Have you ever climbed to the top of a mountain in a game just to see what's on the other side? Breath of the Wild takes that sense of curiosity and builds an entire game around it. Released in 2017 for the Nintendo Switch, this masterpiece from Nintendo completely reinvented the Zelda series, throwing players into a vast, open-world Hyrule that practically begs to be explored. The story is simple yet captivating. You play as Link, who wakes up after 100 years to stop Calamity Ganon from destroying the world. But what truly makes the game extraordinary isn't just its narrative, it's the unparalleled freedom it gives you. Want to rush straight to the final boss? You can. Prefer to spend hours cooking bizarre food combinations while paragliding across cliffs? Go for it. No matter how you play, it's fun, and that's what makes Breath of the Wild so unique. The game also features realistic physics and chemistry systems, making experimentation endlessly entertaining. The way the world dynamically reacts to your actions keeps the experience fresh every time you play. If you love open-world games, Breath of the Wild is a must-play, and if you haven't played it yet, what are you even doing? If you've ever dreamed of swinging through New York City as Spider-Man, Miles Morales is the game for you. Released in 2020 by Insomniac Games, this spin-off of Marvel's Spider-Man lets you play as Miles Morales, a teenager who's just starting out as Spider-Man after Peter Parker leaves him in charge of protecting the city. What makes this game so special? It's all about style and heart. Miles has his own unique powers, like bioelectric venom blasts, which make combat feel fresh and exciting. Swinging through a snowy, holiday-themed New York City is pure joy, and the game's hip-hop soundtrack adds a cool, modern vibe. The visuals are stunning, especially on the PlayStation 5, with ray tracing and fast load times that make the city feel alive. The story is also emotional and relatable. Miles struggles to balance his new responsibilities as Spider-Man with his personal life, his family, his friends, and his place in the community. The game introduces new villains like the Tinkerer and the Roxxon Corporation, who challenge Miles in creative ways. Miles Morales might be shorter than the original Spider-Man game, but it's packed with action, humor, and heart. It's a game that makes you feel like a superhero, and it's impossible not to smile while playing. So, if you're ready to become a hero, what are you waiting for? Kratos is back, and he has traded rage-fueled destruction for something far more terrifying: parenting. Released in 2018 by Santa Monica Studio for PlayStation, this reboot of God of War takes the iconic character from Greek mythology and places him in the realm of Norse culture. In this deeply personal story, Kratos embarks on a journey with his son Atreus, navigating both the dangers of the world and the challenges of fatherhood. This game masterfully reinvents Kratos. Instead of the relentless, bloodthirsty warrior we once knew, God of War adds depth to his character, portraying him as a battle-hardened father, struggling to connect with his son while confronting his own past. Of course, the game still delivers brutal combat, with the Leviathan axe feeling as powerful and satisfying as ever. The world itself is breathtaking, rich with detail, puzzles to solve, and secrets to uncover. From fierce battles against Norse gods to encounters with mythical creatures, every moment feels cinematic and intense. God of War didn't just revive a franchise, it elevated it to legendary status. It's a game that balances quiet, emotional moments with epic, large-scale battles, making it an unforgettable experience every gamer should have. Let's talk about Horizon Zero Dawn, a game that doesn't just grab your attention, it demands it. Released in 2017 by Guerrilla Games, this PlayStation 4 masterpiece is set in a post-apocalyptic world where robotic dinosaurs roam a lush, overgrown Earth, and humanity has reverted to tribal societies. You play as Aloy, a hunter and outcast on a quest to uncover the secrets of her past and the mysteries of a fallen world. What makes Horizon Zero Dawn unforgettable is the jaw-dropping contrast between the game's natural beauty and its futuristic, mechanical threats. One moment, you're marveling at a sunlit forest. The next, you're crouching in tall grass, planning how to take down a Thunderjaw, a massive, T-Rex-like machine with enough firepower to make you question all your life choices. But it's not just about the spectacle. The gameplay is superb. You'll need to think strategically, setting traps, crafting arrows, and exploiting weak points to take down these mechanical beasts. Aloy, the character you play, is also a hero for the ages. Brave, resourceful, and deeply relatable. Her vulnerability and determination make you root for her every step of the way. Horizon Zero Dawn is not just a game. It's a giant leap forward in storytelling, world building, and gameplay. If you haven't played it yet, what are you even doing with your life? Say what you will about its launch, but Cyberpunk 2077 has come a long way to prove itself as one of the most immersive and ambitious games ever made. Released in 2020 by CD Projekt Red, this futuristic RPG drops you into the neon-lit streets of Night City, a metropolis where humanity coexists with complex technology. You play as V, a mercenary searching for immortality while dealing with the digital ghost of rockstar revolutionary Johnny Silverhand, voiced by Keanu Reeves. Though the game was plagued with bugs at launch, it has since been refined and is now widely praised by both gamers and critics. Night City is stunningly detailed, from bustling markets and shady back alleys to towering skyscrapers that pierce the clouds. Even the smallest details, glowing billboards, overheard street conversations, and dynamic NPC interactions bring the world to life. Cyberpunk 2077 also delivers a flexible gameplay experience, allowing you to approach missions with stealth, hacking, or all-out firepower. Since its release, the game has received major patches and improvements, with the Phantom Liberty expansion adding even more depth to its story. If you're a fan of futuristic worlds, complex characters, and choices that truly matter, Cyberpunk 2077 is a must-play. If there's a game that perfectly combines epic storytelling, rich character development, and a massive open world, it's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Released in 2015 by CD Projekt Red, this RPG puts you in the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter tasked with finding his surrogate daughter Ciri, who is being pursued by the spectral force known as the Wild Hunt. This game's story has it all: moral dilemmas, political intrigue, and emotional depth. Very few games can rival its level of narrative completeness. What makes The Witcher 3 truly stand out isn't just its gripping main story, but the world it creates. Every side quest feels meaningful with its own unique depth, yet they seamlessly contribute to the overarching narrative, making the entire experience feel like a masterpiece. The landscapes, ranging from the war-torn Velen to the breathtaking Skellige Isles, are so immersive that you could easily lose yourself for hours just riding Roach, your trusty horse. One of the most unforgettable moments for me was the Bloody Baron questline. It's a side story, yet it hit me hard emotionally with its moral complexity and tough choices. And let's not forget Gwent, the in-game card game so addictive it could have been a standalone title. I don't know what else I need to say to convince you. Just play the game, and I'm sure you'll agree. It's one of the finest adventures ever crafted. It's been over a decade, and Skyrim still has us shouting at the top of our lungs. Released as the Anniversary Edition in 2021, this updated version of the 2011 classic brings modern improvements, new content, and community mods to one of the most beloved RPGs of all time. Skyrim is timeless because of the freedom it offers. Want to be a stealthy assassin sneaking through shadows? Go for it. Prefer to be a fireball-flinging mage setting everything on fire? That works too. The game's open-ended design means you can play it however you like. The Anniversary Edition adds even more, with new quests, items, and graphical updates that make its breathtaking landscapes even more immersive. This edition also keeps the adventure alive for both newcomers and veterans alike. Skyrim isn't just a game, it's a world you can get lost in again and again. And with the Anniversary Edition, its legacy continues to endure. Just don't forget to save before you try to fight that giant. Who says racing games can't be art? Forza Horizon 5, released in 2021 by Playground Games, is proof that speed and beauty can go hand in hand. Set in a stunning open-world version of Mexico, the game lets you race through deserts, jungles, cities, and even volcanoes, all while driving some of the most gorgeous cars ever seen in gaming. The driving experience is incredible, striking the perfect balance between arcade fun and realistic handling. Whether you're competing in high-stakes races, completing fun challenges, or just cruising around to take in the sights, there's always something to do. The attention to detail is jaw-dropping, as we've come to expect from modern games. Features like rain-soaked roads, golden sunsets, and the roar of engines make every moment feel alive. One of my favorite moments in the game is driving through a sandstorm in a Lamborghini, barely able to see but loving the chaos of it all. Whether you're a hardcore racing fan or just a casual gamer, Forza Horizon 5 works for you. And if you're into other genres and want to explore racing for a change, this game is perfect for you. Few games have sparked as much discussion and emotion as The Last of Us Part 2. Released in 2020 by Naughty Dog, this sequel to one of the most beloved games of all time will make you feel a wide range of emotions. Set in a world ravaged by a fungal infection, it follows Ellie on a brutal quest for revenge and introduces Abby, a character whose story will make you question everything you thought you knew. The story in The Last of Us, Part 2 is raw, deep, and often heartbreaking. It forces you to confront the cost of revenge, the weight of forgiveness, and the endless cycle of violence. And the gameplay? It's tense and terrifying. Every battle feels like life or death, and thanks to the smarter AI and refined stealth mechanics, these encounters are even more intense and engaging. The Last of Us Part 2 is controversial, sure, but it's also a masterpiece. It's a game that dares to ask tough questions and refuses to give you easy answers. Love it or hate it, it's an experience that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Imagine stepping into the Wild West and discovering a world so detailed, so alive, that you forget it's just a game. That's Red Dead Redemption 2. Released in 2018 by Rockstar Games, this prequel to Red Dead Redemption follows Arthur Morgan, a gunslinger torn between loyalty to his gang and his own moral compass. The game's story is a masterclass in storytelling, taking Arthur on a journey that is both heartbreaking and unforgettable. The immersive world enhances the experience with its lifelike towns, vast forests, and breathtaking sunrises that feel almost real. The level of detail is absurd. You can groom your horse, watch mud dry on your boots, or even get caught in an awkwardly long conversation with a random stranger. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece that set a new standard for open-world design and storytelling. If you haven't played it yet, I'm jealous, because I wish I could experience it again for the first time. So brace yourself and enjoy the ride. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is a game that doesn't just challenge you, it demands your best. So, if you're not a dedicated gamer, you might want to pass on this one. But if you're ready for a real challenge, you absolutely must try it. Released in 2019 by From Software, this action-adventure game is set in feudal Japan. You play as Wolf, a shinobi sworn to protect a young lord and seek revenge on those who betrayed him. What makes Sekiro stand out is its combat. Unlike other From Software games, it's not about dodging or managing stamina, it's about precision and timing. Every fight feels like a deadly duel where one mistake can cost you everything, but perfectly timed moves can give you the advantage. The game's world is equally stunning, with towering castles, eerie forests, and terrifying enemies that keep you on edge. One of the most unforgettable moments is the battle with the Guardian Ape. Just when you think you've won, the fight takes a terrifying turn, reminding you that Sekiro never plays fair. But that's what makes it so fun. Sekiro won Game of the Year in 2019 for a reason. It's a challenging, punishing experience, but it's also one of the most satisfying games you'll ever play. If you're up for a test of skill and perseverance, this is the game for you. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is like a vacation to ancient Greece, except with more stabbing and less sunscreen. Released in 2018 by Ubisoft, the game lets you play as either Cassandra or Alexios, a mercenary exploring their Spartan heritage while navigating political turmoil, family drama, and even mythological mysteries. What makes Odyssey unforgettable is the sheer scale of its world and its beauty. From the sparkling waters of the Aegean Sea to the towering statues of gods, every corner of the map feels alive and packed with adventure. The game introduces RPG elements like dialogue choices and skill trees, allowing you to shape your character's story and playstyle. You can sail ships, fight in epic battles, explore ancient ruins, or just pet goats. Your call. One of my favorite parts of the game is facing mythical creatures like Medusa and the Minotaur. These fights are thrilling and intense, and the way the game blends history with fantasy is truly magical. The naval combat is equally exciting, letting you sail the seas, engage in ship battles, and discover hidden islands. There's nothing quite like ramming enemy ships while your crew belts out sea shanties. Odyssey is a game where every decision matters. Will you be a hero, a villain, or just someone who really likes collecting shiny things? The choice is yours.
We'll stop here.
We all think we can survive a zombie apocalypse, but have you even survived Resident Evil Village yet? Released in 2021 by Capcom, this eighth mainline entry in the Resident Evil series follows Ethan Winters, a dad on a mission to rescue his kidnapped daughter from a village that's basically a horror theme park. Village is gripping because of its variety. One minute, you're sneaking through the gothic halls of Castle Dimitrescu, trying to avoid a 9-foot-tall vampire lady who's way too interested in your blood. The next, you're in a full-blown shootout with werewolf-like lichens. The game balances action, exploration, and survival horror perfectly, ensuring there's never a dull moment. Sometimes, I thank God there's a pause button when I need to catch my breath. The visuals in Resident Evil Village are out of this world and nowhere feels safe. Every corner hides secrets, jump scares, and enough creepy atmosphere to make you sleep with the lights on. One standout moment? The Beneviento house. This section was so terrifying it made me start questioning my life choices. Resident Evil Village is a masterclass in horror. It's a love letter to classic Resident Evil while pushing the series in bold new directions. Whether you're a fan of the franchise or just love a good scare, this game is a must-play. Just don't blame me if you start hearing footsteps in your dreams. Final Fantasy XVI is like a blockbuster movie you can play, complete with epic battles, emotional drama, and a soundtrack that'll give you chills. Released in 2023 by Square Enix for PlayStation 5, this game takes a darker, more mature approach, following Clive Rossfield, a warrior with a tragic past on a quest for revenge in the world of Valis Thea. What sets Final Fantasy XVI apart is its action-packed combat. Gone are the turn-based battles. This game is all about fast-paced, heart-pounding action. You'll slash, dodge, and summon powerful icons, godlike creatures in epic showdowns. This game truly feels like a blockbuster Hollywood action movie. I was hooked from my very first icon battle. The sheer scale and intensity blew my mind. The story is compelling, filled with deep political intrigue, betrayal, and moments that'll hit you right in the feels. Final Fantasy XVI proves that even a legendary series can reinvent itself. It's bold, dramatic, and utterly unforgettable. If you've ever played a Final Fantasy game and think you've seen it all, I promise you, you're missing out. Death Stranding is an experience every gamer should have. Originally released in 2019, the director's cut in 2021 brought even more content and polish to Hideo Kojima's unique vision. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, a courier on a mission to reconnect a fractured America in a world plagued by supernatural threats and mysterious BTs, beached things. At its core, Death Stranding is about building connections. The gameplay revolves around delivering cargo across vast, stunning landscapes while navigating terrain challenges, unpredictable weather, and eerie encounters with ghostly BTs. It might sound boring on paper, but trust me, it's far more thrilling when you actually start playing. The director's cut also adds new tools, missions, and challenges that make the experience even more immersive and enjoyable.
Nice and easy. Don't want to take...
Halo Infinite is like a reunion with an old friend who's somehow cooler than you remember. Released in 2021 by 343 Industries, this game brings back Master Chief for another epic adventure. This time, you're exploring Zeta Halo, a mysterious ring world, and fighting the Banished, a group of bad guys who really need to chill. Halo Infinite is a perfect blend of old and new. The combat has everything we loved from the original, tight, fast, and satisfying. But new tools like the grapple shot take the excitement to the next level. Want to zip across the battlefield, steal a weapon mid-air, or just yeet yourself off a cliff for fun? You can do it all. The semi-open world is a game changer. You can tackle missions your way, whether that's sneaking into enemy bases, rescuing stranded soldiers, or just driving a warthog off a mountain for science, of course. One of my favorite moments was taking down a banished stronghold with nothing but a sniper rifle. Halo Infinite is a love letter to fans, and a perfect starting point for newcomers. It proves that Master Chief still has plenty of stories to tell, and trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Star Wars Jedi. Survivor is like living out your ultimate Star Wars fantasy. Lightsabers, force powers, and all. Released in 2023 by Respawn Entertainment, this sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order picks up 5 years later, with Cal Kestis continuing his fight against the Empire while uncovering new mysteries about the Jedi. The combat is where this game truly shines. With new lightsaber stances and force abilities, every fight feels fresh and exciting. Whether you're taking down stormtroopers, bounty hunters, or massive alien beasts, the action is smooth, fast, and incredibly satisfying. But it's not all about the action. The exploration is just as rewarding, with massive, beautifully designed planets to discover. One of my favorite moments was exploring an ancient ruin filled with puzzles that felt like they belonged in an Indiana Jones movie. It's these quieter moments of discovery that make Jedi Survivor so special. This game isn't just a great Star Wars experience, it's a fantastic game in its own right. With deeper combat, a richer story, and expansive worlds, Star Wars Jedi. Survivor is a stellar addition to the galaxy far, far away. May the Force be with you, because you're going to need it.
Understood. Watch yourselves. Oh, great. It's just me then. I'll get you.
The last game on this list, but certainly not the least, Resident Evil 4 Remake proves that Capcom absolutely nailed the challenge of remaking such an iconic title. The remake not only preserves the magic of the original, but it also elevates it for modern audiences. You once again step into the shoes of Leon S. Kennedy, sent on a high-stakes mission to rescue the president's daughter from a creepy European village crawling with infected cultists and nightmarish monsters. The remake stays true to the original's most memorable moments, while updating mechanics, visuals, and storytelling for today's standards. The over-the-shoulder shooting feels smoother than ever, and the reimagined village, castle, and other locations are loaded with rich detail and spine-chilling atmosphere. Resident Evil 4 Remake is not just a nostalgia trip, it's a masterclass in how to breathe new life into a beloved classic. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, this is survival horror at its absolute best.
Hey. What's your situation?
And there you have it, 20 games that every true gamer needs to experience. These aren't just games, they're milestones that show how far the world of gaming has come. Whether you're diving into the past with Ghost of Tsushima, exploring the future in Cyberpunk 2077, or switching gears with Forza Horizon 5, these games guarantee you a top-tier experience. And if you've been feeling a bit uninspired by recent releases, these titles will remind you exactly why you fell in love with gaming in the first place. Now it's your turn. Drop your own 10 out of 10 games in the comments. Did any of your favorites make the list? Or are there any must-play titles I missed? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.